Hey guys, it's James Walsh here from the Wrestling Epicenter. I'd like to thank you for finding us here on YouTube. If you get the opportunity, please click that subscribe button as well as the notifications bell. This way, anytime that we upload any new content or new to you content from our archives dating back to 2002, you'll be notified. You can check out what we're up to. Please also check out www.wrestlingepicenter.com for all your wrestling news and information needs, as well as check out our store to keep us running free and clear. Without any further delay, let's get to why you're here. Thanks for checking out Wrestling Epicenter on YouTube.
Welcome back to another edition of The Pile Driver. I'm Patrick Kelly, being joined by Chad Perry and James Walsh. We are here with our very special guest, Dr. Jeff C. Williams. Doc, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How's everybody doing?
Doing good. We're all doing great, Doc. It's great to hear your voice on the show. It's been a long time in the making, so we're really glad to have you here. Your book just came out, How Dr. Death Became Dr. Life, and that has a lot to do with your battle with cancer. So I guess the first question we have to ask you, for those who know the experiences that I've had with you, is how you doing right now?
I'm doing great, guys. I'm glad to be on the Pile Driver, though. It's been a while. I just been flying all day.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a little rough. I flew up to OVW and I'm training the WWE kids this week, so I'm gonna try to jam with you guys.
Oh, that's awesome. But how are you training these kids? What goes into the training process when you're doing things like OVW?
Well, I'm Pile Driver. How's that sound for you?
That sounds good.
That's good.
Okay, well, heck, man. What do you want me to do? Expose the business some more? What do you want me to do? Expose the business some more, man? Come on.
Actually, that's a good question.
Guys, it's been a blessing for Vince McMahon and Johnny Laurinaitis. I guess that's what they want me to call him, but he'll always be Johnny Ace to me. They gave me a job, and I've been doing it for about 9 months now.
Mm.
And, yeah, it's been great, man. I'm training up here at OVW and down at Deep South, so it's been great. I'm sorry that I had a little water in my throat and I sound a little rough, but how am I feeling? I'm feeling great, man. Top to the morning to you guys. I just got done working out. I worked out for about 2 hours in the gym, and I feel great, man. I'm blessed. Every day's a good day that I'm above the ground.
Mm-hmm. I read your book, and one of the things that kind of was discussed amongst people who did read the book was that you did kind of protect the business a little bit, which is kind of surprising. What do you think of how open the business is with the internet and everything like that, just pretty much exposing it? People said that you weren't. I'm not saying that it's negative. They're kind of saying that you just didn't go into all the intricacies behind the scenes like a lot of people do. And I mean, I appreciated the book very much. I thought it was more real. It showed a real side of you. But what do you think of people who? What do you think of the nature of the internet just exposing everything so much?
Well, let me tell you, I'm a straight up guy, and that's what these kids at OVW and Deep South like about me. I'm a man's man.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? All these critics that are talking crud about my book, you know what? They can all stick it right up where the sun don't shine. I'll tell you what my book is. It is a straight up story. I don't care if they didn't like it the way it went. I told the story how it was. What they want to hear is what's smart about some of the wrestlers and what the promoters did. Oh, come on, man. What do you want me to do? Kill some people and tell you how I killed them? Come on, man. I was straight up. And you people out there, you're so critic about pro wrestling. It kills me.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden, you'll sit there and watch it all night long.
Right.
I say that all the time.
You know, that's what I said.
They kill me, fans. Fans really kill me. You know that? I have a real tough time. You know, I was never a fan in anything, even football, because I played football, wrestling, any sport, because I was an athlete. I get in the stands and I hear all the BS, and I go, how can they all talk this way when they didn't even done it themselves?
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody talks bad about Vince, and I'll even talk bad about Vince, but you know what? He's a genius. Look what he's done.
Right.
And look what he's going to do, man. Donald Trump, he's got Donald Trump on his show, and they're going to shave Donald Trump's hair, man. Can you believe that?
Maybe.
That would be incredible if it happened.
We'll definitely find out next Sunday if that happens. Sure.
Yeah, you said Vince McMahon is a genius, and you know we're coming up to WrestleMania 23. Who would have ever thought they would have gone to 23?
Well, you think it's going to stop there?
Mm-hmm.
What?
You don't think it's going to stop there?
No way.
No, it's not even close.
Come on, man. Wrestling ain't dying.
No way.
It might slow down a little bit, but I guarantee you they'll get it back on again.
Now, you mentioned wrestling slowing down. One thing that has certainly slowed down over the last few years is tag team wrestling. What do you attribute to the decline in tag wrestling, and what would you like to see happen to help bring it back to the levels that you brought it to, especially over in Japan?
Well, let me tell you guys, all you internet freaks out there, if you really want to get on there and start becking away, why don't you beck away to the writers and Vince McMahon and tell them that they need to bring the Varsity Club back and have Dr. Death be the manager. I done thrown this storyline up at the writers and corporate office so many times. I could take some kids, and especially these kids now that, well, I call them kids, but I ain't that old, but, you know, like the cheerleading squad there, there's some great wrestlers there that I could put together and bring back the Varsity Club, bring back tag team. You know what I miss is, you know, like the Rat Pack, like Kandor Akbar, Ted DiBiase, all that kind of good stuff. You don't see it. That's what I think we ought to turn the corner. I don't think the writers really know exactly where to go with it. So I done thrown it out, but I don't know. It's, you know me, guys. I'm the outlaw, man. I always did it my way. So, you know, that's why I ain't up in the corporate office. They know I'll fuck the system. So, you know, I get really kicked off on how these people talk negative about my book. Well, you know what? What is it? Not like Mankind's a comic book or talking about how he wanted to be a stunt man instead of a pro wrestler. I love him, but you know what? Let anybody get in the ring like Dr. Death did. I could put myself right up there with Harley Race. I gave it up for the business. I did moves that people could never do. Oh, no, I wasn't a high-flying guy, but I'll tell you what. I was the toughest man in professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's kind of lacking in wrestling today, where everybody just tries to do spots and all that rather than getting down to the basics and just trying to get characters over and stuff like that?
Well, let's talk about olds. What happened to the wrestling olds? What's the marquee say outside, guys? Pro wrestling. So it'll always say pro wrestling. And that means wrestling, ground wrestling, old submissions. You know, look at Benoit when he comes out there and does olds and submission olds. He's from the old school I was with. He's in Japan with me. I love to watch him. Kurt Angle. Look at these guys, man. But all this live flying stuff, it's over with, man. And all these kids are getting hurt from it. They're going to realize they only get a few more of them live flying stuff in them. Look at Ray. Look at little Ray, man. What happened to him? One too many flip-flops, huh? Whoops. Sorry, dude.
So you think that... So you think that... Oh, wow.
Oh, boy, did I hit a...
Yeah. It's one of the do not talk about list.
Wow.
You guys want to talk about steroids now? That's all I've been doing all last week. Everybody's been calling me and asking me about steroids. Come on. Let's get off of it, man. Everybody knows athletes take steroids.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows. Baseball players. Look at that. Can you believe a baseball player takes steroids playing in baseball? That kills me. But in business like we do, I mean, these guys are trying to enhance themselves to be better and bigger. Hey, what are you guys going to do? Are you going to cut the business out because these guys are all taking steroids? Come on, man. You all sit in front of the boob tube every night.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, what time is it? Oh, we're looking about 10, 15 more minutes, and we'll see wrestling at its best, okay? And I bet all you marks will be out there watching it.
Mm-hmm. Despite the fact they'll trash it right afterwards.
Okay, let's trash it.
That's what I've always said. I've always said if it's so bad.
You know, guys, I gotta tell you, if everybody wants me to be straight up, I'm being straight up. All you marks out there, you don't know what kayfabe ever meant. You really didn't know what the business, and you all kind of portrayed what you want to do. You backyard wrestlers want to figure it out. Let me tell you, back in our days, it was an art, and it still is an art. And I could get up there the way I am with a hole in my neck and have to talk with a tongue. And I could tie knots around these kids. And that's why I'm out here training, and I enjoy this. Since May 14th of this past year, I've had 15 matches and even done a cage match. Now, would you ever imagine that I'd be doing this?
Not with a no, and it's really a testament to yourself.
That tells you something right there, that I can still do it and make a story out of it. And you know what? I don't need a writer to write out a story and write out an interview for me. I know how to talk, and I know how to do a match. And I guarantee it sure won't look like a patty cake match. Like, I get a kick out of these guys when they throw a punch. Throw a punch, hit the guy. Don't be tapping him on the forehead. Come on. Wow, man, I'm going to be straight up with you boys. You know, you want to talk about power drivers, I'll tell you who the best guy in the power driver business, and that was Terry Cordy.
Terry.
My ex-partner, God bless his soul. If we were still going, brother, we'd rule WWE.
Would you say he was your best tag team partner?
Oh, no, man. He was my best friend and my brother. I tell you what, I've had great partners. I've had Andre the Giant, $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, Gary Albright. Come on, I've even had Bad News Allen, God bless him, and I've even had Bam Bam Bigelow. Come on, guys, I've had some great wrestlers. I can't say Terry was the best, but I'll tell you what. We ruled Japan for 5 years. There was never, and there will never be another American team to hold the tag team champion for 5 years executive. Executive, I mean, Brooklyn got up there in the corporate office.
All right. In May of 2003, you had 2 matches with Lance Storm. How did those matches come about, and what was it like working with Lance?
You know what? I really enjoyed Lance. It was great, man. He really listened to what I had to tell him. It was a privilege. The guy can work. I don't see him much anymore. I don't know what happened to him, but, you know, that was like a night off. We rocked the world when we worked, and it was great. I don't know if the writers like it or the corporate office. I love it, what they say, corporate office. That kills me. Everybody's got a name now out there. This is trying a producer, a trainer, a writer. Come on, we're wrestlers. Jeez, come on, you're killing me. All these guys, Mike Reyes, Arn Anderson, they're all wrestlers, ain't producers. It kills me how they all label everybody. But I'm telling you, you know, how many people will be watching wrestling tonight?
Probably about 4 or 5 million.
Yeah, 5 million.
Yeah, they're talking about 70,000 is going to be at that show at WrestleMania.
Exactly. Just 70,000.
Yeah, okay. Everybody's going to try to pick it out, you know, and try to figure out what's wrong, what's right. But everybody loves it. It's like pro football. I keep telling everybody, pro football's fake too, man. Only guys, the players don't know it's fake. The coaches all do. They're all mic'd up. They're all talking to each other. Telling everybody the war stories. Tell them which plays could go on. I played it, brother. Gee, come on.
Do you think that it's done for the point spread?
Oh, brother, there's too much money involved. Is boxing real?
I don't think so.
UFC real? Is UFC real?
That's a question I've wondered. Is UFC real? I don't think it is.
It's not real. I did it. I bought Bride in
Yep.
Japan. You think Bob Sapp hasn't got beaten? Okay, now you're going to hear the real stories from Dr. Death. It's not written in the book. You really want to smut. I'll smut it all over the place.
All righty.
All right.
In sometime in March of 2006, you refereed a few matches with WWE. I think there were 3 matches for the U.S. title with Chris Benoit and Booker T. How did that come about? I believe that'd be about the time before you started training, based off what you said earlier.
Wow, you guys got it all lined up, man. That must be on the internet too, huh?
Yeah. Of course.
Everything's on the internet now. Yeah, I'll tell you. Johnny Laurinaitis, Mr. Johnny Laurinaitis, called me up and said, "Hey, Doc, we're coming through the Mid-South Territory. How you feeling? How you doing?" I said, "Brother, I'm doing wonderful. How about being a special referee for us?" Boy, I jumped on it, and I had a ball. And yeah, I have a hole in my neck, and I had to put my thumb in to talk. I didn't have to say a word out there. I was the sheriff of the town. I had the black and white striped shirt on, and I controlled the ring, and they all respected that. And it was wonderful, guys. I'll tell you what, to get back in that squared circle, like my book said, that day that I drove over to Dallas for the legendary match, brother, that opened up my eyes. I figured that I still got a piece of the wrestling world in me, and when Vince came up and said, "Hey, Doc, I'm about walking out with the legends," man, do you know what kind of high I was on? That was the best I have had in years. I've almost died 3 times out of this cancer situation, and I got to walk out with some of the greatest wrestlers, Harley Race, Ted DiBiase, Axon, Dusty Rhodes, man, and Sticker Fly, man, wow, what a rush.
Yeah, I remember watching that. That was a pretty big deal watching it at home. But is there any chance that we'll ever see you appear on TV again?
Well, who knows, guys? I might pop out of the cake one of these times. You never know.
Stranger things have happened.
You know, brother, anything can happen in pro wrestling. I'll tell you what. I feel great, guys. I'll tell you what. I've got some matches coming up. I'm going to the Fan Fest out in California where the Cow Palace and NWA, I'm going to be wrestling there in Charlotte. I got a couple matches coming up, so I'm blessed, man. I really am. You know what? I had so much fun because the fans, and I know you'll grant that, because everybody thinks I'm a babyface now since I'm back alive and I'm back in the ring, and they all just give me a standing ovation every time I step out of the curtain, and it's a rush, man. Knowing that I died 3 times out of this cancer situation, and God gave me a second chance, and I get to get put on the skull and crossbone white and red boots, man, and that's a rush.
All right. Your first stint, or your only real stint, I guess, in WWE was back in the Brawl for All. According to internet sources, of course, they're not that credible, which is why I really want to ask you about this. The tournament was created to help get you over, and you received an injury from a knockout blow from Mark Johnson in the first round. So, could you give us your side of the story on that?
Yeah, that was fake.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, you suckers, man. Come on, man.
So that wasn't.
You count them?
Nope.
No.
I can't see. That's the thing. I'm looking at Bart Gunn, and I mean, he's a big dude, but I believe that you are probably the toughest man that was in that tournament. So.
You guys ever look at the video and run it back and forth and see what happened?
What happened?
Oh man, I was up against the rope, and I thought that was time to break. When you're up against the rope, you're supposed to break, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, I broke, and Bart Gunn went after my legs. I dropped down and went right outside the ring. My body went out. Instantly tore a hamstring and a butt muscle. I stood up in total pain. I mean, blown away. I don't know if you ever had a torn muscle, but
Oh yeah.
let me tell you, back there, the hamstring and the butt muscle, all I could feel was just instant heat and pain. And I walked right into a punch. I mean, my hands were down. Look at the video.
Mm-hmm.
My hands were down to my side. I walked right into a knockout punch. Hey, God bless him, brother. He made $10 million, $10,000 from it, but you know what? Whoops, what happened when Butterbean hit him?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, then I had Barkin over in Japan in Osaka, 15-minute match. After I done rehab and got myself going again, I interviewed Barkin about that match. Asked him how Dr. Death took him to school.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Question for you, though. If you were in the ring with Butterbean, what would have happened then?
Well, I'll tell you what, I was over in Japan with Pride, and I saw Butterbean. I wouldn't even, I'm not a boxer, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I never called myself a boxer. I'm a wrestler. I'm a grappler. Let me tell you something. If I get you down on the mat, I'm all easy. It's all me, man. I'll gouge your eyeball out and eat it in front of you. I mean, I'm telling you, the boxer against a wrestler, if a wrestler doesn't have his hands tied, he'll eat a boxer up. But what they did is eliminated my hands. And no, that guy, I loved it out. The WWE would change the rules every night. A wrestler would take you down and ride you. They said, no, you can't do that. Take him down, let him up. I said, you guys are killing me, man. I'm a wrestler. Let me take you down, and then it's in my territory. You're in my playground. And that's what I would have done to Butterbean, you know. I wouldn't even face him punching. I've been in some brawl fights out in the streets and in bars. Buddy, they come throwing a punch, I'm ducking down and grabbing a single leg and taking them and sticking their hands where the sun don't shine, you know.
Would you like it if they brought back the Brawl for All tournament?
Well, I wouldn't be in it.
Well, no, but would you enjoy watching it if they
I
brought
would
it back?
like to be the controller of it. I'd like to be the one that ran the thing and told them the rules and everything. But, oh, yeah, you know what? Let's get back to that question. You're right. It was all about Dr. Death getting over. I was promised 6-month run with Stone Cold Steve Williams. Oh, I mean Stone Cold Steve Austin. I was promised a 6-month run with him. I had $1 million contract. I got knocked out of torn hamstring, torn butt muscle. What happened to my contract? What happened to Dr. Death? They said I breached the contract because they wanted me to go to Japan and work for FMW. I wasn't going to go and dishonor Giant Baba, the greatest promoter in the world. I wasn't going to do that, and so all of a sudden they go, I breached the contract.
Oh,
that's why I didn't stay here in the United States, because every contract is made for the promoter, and every contract here in the United States is made to be broken. I'll even tell you about my sports publishing company I work for. Their contract even was made to be broken. I'm fighting them for my money, and I wrote a great book for them.
Oh, wow.
It really is sad to know that in the United States, I had to fight for my money, and you know what? If you're going to fight the $1 million billionaire, you got to have some money to fight them with the lawyers. Here in Japan, I never had a contract. I had a straight up handshake. And every time I got off that airplane, my money was in the bank, man.
Mm.
Wow.
Too many blood-sucking lawyers?
Ooh, you said it, I didn't.
All right, going back quite a far ways from our last few questions, player in the UWF, which is ironic because a lot of people compare your book to Bill Watts' book, Cowboy and Cross, which dealt with and finding himself. Bill is either loved or hated. What is your opinion on Mr. Watts?
Well, you know, everybody can hate him, but I guarantee he was a great promoter. I didn't like the things he did to me either. Hey, but you know what? What a great show he did, man. What a tight ship he ran. He got fined for missing stuff, cussing. And you know what? He ran a great company. I got to tell you, I was just up at Harley Race's company this past weekend. And I loved it, guys. I really loved it. Both nights were about 500 people each. And you know what? You will see the families again. You've seen the children out. You didn't see anybody cussing, pulling down their pants, or fake tits hanging out. It was straight up wrestling, man. I mean, come on. Now every girl's got to have fake tits, and whoever has the biggest ones, let's have them hang them out. Come on, man. That's why the kids ain't even at the matches anymore. And before, like Bill Watts or Harley Race, they ran a tight ship, man, where the families could take their kids out. And you know what? I'm a true believer in this. You bring a kid, and the kid will spend all your money because he wants all the popcorn and all the Cokes, and then he wants all the gimmicks from the gimmick shop. So, you tell me where this thinking's going in pro wrestling. I mean, sex, violence, come on. What happened to downright family stuff, man? That's what you come back to.
Mm-hmm. And if you look at the box office, what movies are usually number one? Kids movies.
Ooh, you said I didn't. Okay, and I got another one for you guys.
What's that?
Whose number one book was on the selling list? One of the number one Christians, and that's Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
His book was number one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Because of what? Christians love to hear the straight up story, man. Don't want to hear all this phony BS stuff, man.
Now, we mentioned Bill Watts, and you guys mentioned Shawn Michaels. Obviously, you're taking note of the fact that it's become a family product. What exactly led, or I don't know if you've been this way your whole life, you finding Christ and expressing that?
Well, let me tell you guys something. If you don't believe in Christ, look at Dr. Life here, man. I am a walking miracle. Like I said, I died 3 times out of this situation. I remember sitting in my Bible study class, and the tumor flying out of my nose and my mouth, and I didn't even have a voice, and people were laying their hands on me and praying for me. Now, you tell me about that. The tumor was flying out of my nose and out of my mouth because God was cleaning out that tumor. And I'll tell you what, now, 3 of September, I didn't work for 3 years. I went broke. I had to sell everything I had. And now you know what? I'm working. I'm bringing back what I had. Like the Bible says, whatever the devil took, God will send for it for you, brother. And I totally believe that. Right now I'm ministering. I got a big outreach. I love it, man. April 15th is tax day, and I hadn't paid my taxes for the 3 years because I was dying. I didn't care about Uncle Sam, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But I prayed and prayed for something to help me. And that day, April 15th, in Keithville, Louisiana, I'm ministering from morning till dawn to 9 churches. Guys, I'll tell you what a blessing. Whatever the internet freaks and whatever they want to say about my book, it is a true testimony of the ring, man. And it really does talk about how God is really out there. And you know what? It is so easy to give your life over to Christ, man. So easy. Just tell him that you've sinned and you'd like him to come into your life and live a good life. Do you guys, any of you guys have any children?
I do. I have a stepson.
Let me ask you, I'm gonna be the other guy. I'm gonna be interviewing you. Let me ask you.
Sure.
All right, this is Dr. Life interviewing you, stud. Okay, what would you do? Would you give your only forgotten son for all these people that sin?
It'd be a tough one. It would be a tough one.
Oh, boy, you said it, brother. Boy, I'll tell you what, is that an awesome God to give his only forgotten son? And you know what? Did you watch that movie where they just beat him to death?
The Passion?
Oh, my gosh.
I sat through it. That was intense, to say the least.
Hey, that was the worst beating that Dr. Death gave some of them deaths over in Japan. You know what I mean? I mean, let me tell you, I've been in some bloodbaths with Bam Bam Bigelow and Terry Gordy and Ted DiBiase. That was a bloodbath, brother. Whoa.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
But I'm serious, guys. I mean, look at what God did for us, man. He gave his only forgotten son. I got a 14-year-old son, and he's my pride and joy. I'll guarantee you all would have to whip me pretty tough for me to give him over for your sins there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But, you know, guys, you know, I can sit here and I can play this game and BS, but I'll tell you what. You know, God is so good, man. I'm telling you. Here I was, 206, a year ago. 206. When I started this cancer, I weighed 290. I dropped down to 206. I've never seen 206, man. I look like Ethiopian. I had muscles and skin falling off my bones. And then all of a sudden, the turning point. Stan Abel, OU wrestling coach, Barry Switzer, came to my hospital room. For 6 hours, they made me laugh, and we prayed. That was the turning point. God gave me that second chance, and then all of a sudden, boom, I became Dr. Life, and all of a sudden, I've been back in the gym 2 hours every day. I ride a Stairmaster 20 minutes. I'm Doc on wrestling, and here I am teaching the kids the art of pro wrestling.
There's been a lot of wrestlers who have found Christ in recent years, Ted DiBiase being probably the most outspoken of them. Have you spoken? I know Ted is your partner in UWF once upon a time. Have you spoken with Teddy about that, and what is your relationship with him?
You know what Ted's doing right now? He's writing another book. I'm going to stooge him off. I stooge you, Ted. He's writing another book, guys. I just talked to him, and he's using my writer, so that's what's great. Ted and me stay close together. I'm just waiting for Ted to get me into some of his crusades. I've got a testimony that people want to hear. It was called Love and Fight Night. I had 400 kids show up for this wrestling match. I had 5 independent guys, and I was at the main event. I beat the guy, got my breath of air, had a drink of water. I came out, and I did my testimony for 30 minutes. And then when I was done, what a deal, guys. I asked the kids if they'd like to give their life over to Christ. 20 kids came up, and they used the ring as an altar call. And they gave their life over to Christ.
Wow. So what do you think?
Wow, it's a double wow, man. I mean, it was a rush. I'll tell you what a high. I mean, I've done pills, I've done pot, I've done it all, brother. But it was nothing like the high I was that night. I was up until 4 in the morning, and the Holy Ghost just speaking to God. It was just a rush.
Absolutely. Would you, if Ted DiBiase, if he starts doing more of his religious shows, the religious wrestling shows that he was doing, would you be part of them?
Guys, if I'm not, he'd be losing out. I mean, like I keep telling everybody, I'm a walking miracle. I am a true miracle of God, and God is in the healing in the healing business right now. I see so many people that have been saved and that are healthy now because of God came in their life. I mean, you wouldn't believe people have read my book, the people that enjoy reading my book and the reviews I've had.
Oh, yes.
Christians that say, wow, he did the same thing for me, man. What a blessing. Just give me a hug. And, I got to tell you something, what I said in the book, wrestlers do hug. What a rush to get hugged by other people and from a big old bear like Dr. Life here giving people hugs, man. I feel like a big magnet when these people just launch on me because they just want to feel the presence of God.
Well, I think I told you in the email that when I was talking to you back then, I think I spoke to your brother when you were pretty much unable to speak. And I remember I said, I mentioned to you, God bless you, and I prayed for you that night, and I really did, and I'm so glad to hear that all the prayers and everything worked out for you because we still got you, and you're here on our show, so we really do appreciate it.
Well, Scott, you know what? I got to give you a million thanks, man, and I'm sending you a big hug, too. I'll tell you what. When I was totally amazed when WWE put on their website something about Dr. Death, and I got the response I did by emails, Doc, we're praying for you. Came all over the world from UK to Japan, from Australia. I mean, you guys, if you don't think prayer works, look at me. I mean, let me tell you, the only thing's bad about me right now is I got a doggone hole in my neck and I got to talk with a thumb. I just call myself an R2D2, but that's okay. Come on, man. Hey, you know what? A lot of guys, I've gone through this at MD Anderson. A lot of guys who have a stoma like I do have a very tough time talking. They sound like they're in a bottle of water. I'm so blessed. I have a very strong voice, pretty clear. Until I drink water, then I sound like I'm in a bottle of water. But no, I I talk very well in churches, and when I do my talks and interviews, everybody can understand me. This is a blessing from God, man. This is not Dr. Steve Williams doing this. This is all God's medicine, man.
I completely agree with that. That's an amazing story.
Yeah, Patrick here, he was, I'm going to add him a little bit. Patrick was actually considering being a priest not very long ago. So.
All right, God bless you, brother. Go on with your bad self. Be a priest, man. Go on.
Well, I decided that I wanted to get married, so that kind of went out the window.
Boy, did you mess up.
What?
He said, boy, did you mess up.
Wait till she takes you to the bank. No, I'm just kidding you, brother. I hope you're very happy with your wife.
Well, I'm not married yet, but I decided, yeah.
You're going to.
I'm going to. Hopefully.
Well, be careful, man.
Okay.
Well, do a pre-month, okay?
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding you guys. If you really love him, man, God bless you. But I'll tell you what. One good thing about being married to somebody is make sure that you keep God in your life, man. Because I'll tell you what. Marriage is a job, not an adventure. I'm telling you, everybody gets all mushy and get married, and all of a sudden they forget that they really have to keep working at it to keep the love in their life.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Oh boy, I'm preaching now. I'm gonna be a marriage counselor. Doctor life killing me now. Oh wee.
Oh boy, it's kind of hard.
Guys, I gotta tell you, I really enjoyed this interview a lot.
It was a lot. If you don't, before we let you off the phone, could we just ask you a couple word associations?
Sure, it's done.
Just a couple names that passed through your life through the years. Basically, if you have any stories to share, please feel free. If you just have a one-word answer, that's cool too. All right. The first name on the list is actually somebody you work with in the UWF who has a very controversial reputation, Missy Hyatt.
Wow, I was with Missy a month ago, guys, up in Allentown, Pennsylvania. I was with Buddy Roberts and Missy Hyatt. And who else was I with? The wrestler she used to manage.
John Tatum?
Yeah, John Tatum. That went right off the top of my tongue there. I'll tell you what, Missy, is she a character.
She still is, too.
She doesn't hold punches back, brother. We did interviews, question and answer, and boy, she said it straight up, man. She ain't worried about nothing, but, hey, she still is a great lady, whatever she did in her past, hey, God bless her, man. If that got her rocks off, go on with her bad self. She did a great job for our business.
Mm-hmm.
How about Hulk Hogan?
Class act. The class act of the whole business, man. I don't care what anybody says, steroids, drugs, or whatever. Hey, this guy, I love Terry. I'm not a fag or anything, but he's a great guy.
Easy, might have to go to rehab for saying that word.
Oh, don't do that, guys. Don't go there now. No, Terry, hey, let me tell you, what did Terry do for our business, guys?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the biggest star of all time.
Absolutely.
When he went and fought Rocky, man, and broke out, look what he did for the business. I'll tell you what. I love his show, Hogan's Does Best, or whatever that thing is.
Yeah.
I think he's a class act, man. This is one man, and let me tell you, I've been against the biggest and the baddest and the ugliest. This guy, when I first met him, and I can remember from this day on, we were in Chicago at the hotel, and he walked through the front door, and I went, oh my God, this is an impressive man. I mean, he cleared the whole door, and I mean, the big old ladies he's got, and the way he came across me, he's a great guy, man. Great guy.
What about Barry Windham?
Barry Windham, class act too, man. There's another guy that I had some great barn burning matches with him. I heard he's a I don't know, producer, road agent, whatever you want to call it. He's up there now. Geez, they got all kinds of nicknames now. I can't believe it, but he he's a wrestler to me, and I think he does great for the business. I think it's great that him and Mike Rotunda are working together. These two guys are class act.
How about Ed Ferrara?
I want to be a guy that kissed his own. Excuse me, I might get out there on left field, but this is one guy that literally kissed his own gonads when I gave him the side suplex. You all remember when I did that on TV? I gave him the side suplex and his head went right between his legs.
Yes, yes.
He kissed his own gonads. Man, I thought that was the funniest thing I ever seen in my life. But you know what? Here's a writer, a guy that wanted to be. Got upset when my best friend, Jim Ross, JR.
Mm-hmm.
How can you get mad at this guy, man? The guy is the best commentator in the world. And you know what? How can these writers get upset with a guy that gave back to the business now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
This guy's a wannabe. And you know what? Everybody's, I'm probably stepping on a line here. Everybody goes, were you mad at Jim Ross? No, I wasn't mad. I had $1 million contract. I got thrown out in the wolves, man. I had a family. I had to take care of kids. I had to make money, man. I didn't care what the storyline was. All I was worried about is paying my bills.
Mm-hmm. Did JR understand that?
JR understands everything in this business.
Oh.
What can you believe in this business? Like the guy pulling a doggone rabbit out of his hat. Do you believe in that stuff?
No. Oh,
He
well.
was right. JR is a classic guy, man. I get to see him next week. I'm running up to Oklahoma, the red and white game, and I'm doing 3 book signings up there, and I'm leaving Shreveport, Louisiana to head back to the Rocky Mountains. I'm gonna go where John Denver lives, where my mom lives. I'm going back home to take care of my mom, who's 85 years old. I'll be there by June, and so I'm gonna enjoy it, man. I'm looking forward to this.
The last name I have for you is Vince McMahon.
Okay, one word, genius.
Believe it or not, that's probably the most common answer for him, and I guess it's the most appropriate as well.
What do you want me to call him? A-hole? I'm telling you, this guy here, look what he did to the business. I know he exposed it and shot it off and everything like that, but what's he doing? He's still putting dishes in them seats. He's still putting storylines. He had other $1 million man out there, Ted Turner. I got to tell everybody, Ted Turner was my boss once before. He owned the New Jersey Generals class act guy there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I love his hairdo too. Only one guy can wear his hair like that. But hey, guys, learn what about Ted Turner when he dropped all the money in the Coliseum. Was that classic, man? Oh,
That was,
yeah.
that's a nice treat for McMahon.
Yeah, Rod Marsh, man. Oh, let's run after the money. That's a true fan for you, no more, man. Come on. Let's run for the $100 bill like they're all going to be 100s. They got probably about 4 of them, man. I thought it was classic. Oh, man, I saw that on TV. I said, Vince, you are a genius, man. You really are. You want the hype, you got the hype, Vince, and you did it, man. And I'll tell you what, you guys understand why isn't Dr. Death up there on the road being with the corporate office? Because I'm going to tell you, I'd shoot it straight. I'm not happy with some of the storylines, and I don't think the writers would like getting the Doctor bomb or the side suplex or the Oklahoma Stampede from Doctor. I would get upset with them because of the way they pull off stuff, but hey, I'm so happy to be giving back to the business. Kids are loving it.
Actually, I do want to ask you a question. There's a story that broke today. It may or may not be true. It's a story on the internet. Apparently, a wrestler got ticked off with Stephanie and charged her, and apparently she's been hospitalized. I don't know if that's true or not, but it just kind of goes hand in hand with you saying you wouldn't put up with the crap. Of course, you wouldn't hit a lady, but still.
Oh, hold it now. What'd you say? I wouldn't hit a what? Oh, no, I'm just kidding you.
actually Joey Mercury. I don't know if that means anything to you.
I know who Joey Mercury is. I see him every week here in OVW. Hey, he's got the best looking face I've ever seen in the business now, man.
Mm-hmm. Apparently he just got cut, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, he just got released.
Yeah, he got released. Apparently he's the one who charged Stephanie, which I don't know if that's true or not. That could turn out to be false, but it is true that he got released.
Well, apparently Stephanie got sent to a hospital and Mercury got released, and I think people are combining the two stories.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, I'll guarantee I'll hear something tomorrow at OVW because he comes down here all the time.
Well,
I'm one of these guys. I'll tell you what, guys. I'm one of these guys now. I'm 40. I'm going to be at 47 May 14th. And I'm one of these guys now that I just dodge the bullets, man. I love what I do. I get to come up here and train these kids. I don't have to put up with any of their crud. I don't have to put up with the corporate stuff. I really, really, guys, I got to tell you, I really enjoy giving back to the business what it's an art. Everybody said, oh, Dr. Death was just a tough man. He didn't know technique or he didn't know storylines. Oh, I didn't know storylines. I didn't know how to do the business. How come I was in every major company? I was a mainstreamer of all the companies. I must have known what I was doing, huh, guys?
I would say so.
Oh, the straight up story from Dr. Life.
All right, man. Well, you said the book is out there. Go ahead, Chad. I'm sorry.
I'd say before we let Dr. Death go, I've been unusually quiet, as I'm sure my co-host has noticed in this interview, and that's because I've just been in awe listening to you. I've not got a chance to read your book, but as a strong Christian and a very big fan of you, I'm looking forward to reading it. So,
well, Stud, I'm glad you kept your mouth shut, because if you would have walked over, no, I'm just kidding, you brought it back. I'm glad you're shy, man. We need some shy guys in this world, and I'm glad that you gave me a compliment like that. I'll tell you what, I'm one guy who was a straight up man, who was a man's man, and what everybody says that I didn't expose the business or shut up my wad. Let me tell you, it's like a dream. Why do I want to give the whole dream to everybody? Do you ever think about there'll be part 2 of Dr. Death's life?
Absolutely.
Do you think I want to give everything in one book? I have experienced so much over my lifetime. I have done everything an athlete wishes and dreams he could do. And there is so much left that there will be a part 2.
Oh, sure.
What is the old saying on the movie? This will be continued.
To be continued, sure. All right, well, Doc, thanks so much for taking the time. We really do appreciate you not only giving back to the business, but also giving us your time. We really do appreciate it. First and finally, the last thing I wanted to ask you is, different from other books that are out there, and there's a lot of them, especially lately after the Mick Foley's went so popular. A lot of wrestlers are releasing books. What makes yours different than everybody else's?
And I'm going to tell you what makes me different. It's a testimony from the ring. It talks all about God, where a lot of people get away from God, and they say they're Christians, but they're weekend warriors. They go to church and yippee-yah-yah and praise God, and then the next day they're out drinking, smoking pot, doing cocaine, and then they come back Sunday and they think they're a Christian again. Let me tell you, I was like that once before, but now I'm all for God, man. And I'll tell you what, this book will tell you that there is a real God out there. And one thing about this book, it doesn't try to expose you. It doesn't try to expose the business. It doesn't try to hurt anybody. And then what's exciting about it, it gets a little bit of everybody in there. All my friends that I worked with, they get to say what they want to say about Dr. Death, and I don't think anybody said anything bad. I think everybody really enjoyed what they did for me. I think everybody enjoys seeing Dr. Death again. And, I just want to tell everybody, read the book first before you start judging me. Because you know what? You're not supposed to judge people. As the Bible says, you're supposed to be loving. And you know what? If the world would be more loving, I guarantee you we wouldn't have all these killings and all these drugs and all this craziness that's been out there. It'll be a better world to live in, man. I'm telling you what, the ending day's coming, guys, and if you don't get right, whoops, I'm going to be one of them guys in the line to see Christ, and I'm going to be hip-hop, and the happy days are here again, just the same. I'm going to look behind me, and I'm going to see all the girls and guys that so-called my friends, they're all going to be sweating. They're all going to try to figure out how they're going to lie to God. And I'm going to step over the line, and God can go, hey, Dr. Life, come here, man. I want you to be the one to push the button to hell. So everybody, their friends come, I used to push that button and say, see ya, hate to be ya.
Wow.
Thanks so much, Doc. You're the best, man. We really do
It's great to
appreciate it.
actually get to say this to one of the guests for once. God bless you, and you have a good evening.
Hey, guys, God bless you, man. I enjoyed this. Let's do it again. And don't forget, I've got some great MySpaces out there. Dr. Death, MySpace, Stampede, DocProWrestling.com. I'm talking to a lot of fans on the internet about wrestling. You can order the book through all them, and really, let's all sit down and have some popcorn and enjoy the matches tonight.
Oh, sure. It's about to start. Actually, it just started, so we got it on.
Ooh.
Thanks so much, Doc.
My name is James Walsh, and I'd like to thank you for checking out the Wrestling Epicenter here on YouTube. If you have not done so already, please do. Click that subscription button and the notifications bell. This way you'll be notified anytime I upload any new or new to you classic content from our archives that date back to 2002. If you get the opportunity, please also check out www.wrestlingepicenter.com for all your wrestling news and info needs, as well as our store to keep us going free and clear. Without any further delay, let's get to why you came here, the content here on YouTube.